Well, to share their expectations with us around how government should deal with the growing COVID-19 infections, I'm joined on the line by Wendy Alberts. She's the CEO at the Restaurant Association of South Africa. Thanks very much, Wendy, for joining us. Of course, we know that the restaurant industry has been hard hit for the past 2 years, given all the restrictions, of course, the alcohol bans and curfew. What's your view on how the government should proceed around, well, it does sound as though we've lost Wendy there. The phone is ticking there. Oh, okay. Thanks, Wendy. Yes, what is your view around how government should react to this increase in COVID-19 infections?
So firstly, we would like to wish President Ramaphosa a speedy recovery, and furthermore also just thank the President and the government for the way in which they've translated the latest data and looking at hospitalizations as opposed to just the rise in numbers. I think this is critical in terms of us recovering the economy, and I think the change in view in this has been fair. We think that this will be to versus livelihoods and do everything that we can to protect our industry as well as the economy. While we fully support what is happening and the statements that the travel restrictions have imposed on us and the potential unlocking that, we're hoping that we won't cause the same impact in South Africa and that we will keep the industries trading at this point in time with no restrictions on interprovincial travel as well as any restrictions on the restaurants. We just simply can't afford to have any further lockdowns or any further restrictions on our business models.
Yeah. Does that mean you would be absolutely against a further alcohol ban? There have been several of those during the COVID period.
Look, this is a peak time for tourism for us, obviously, local tourism in South Africa. It's imperative that we are able to offer a full-scale offering within our restaurants, and that is part alcohol and part food. We've shown at every level that we have been responsible, that we've done everything to ensure the health and safety protocols are met, and that we always ensure that the health and safety of our people and our public people are always met at the highest level. And there's been no need for us to feel that we've put anybody at risk. So we're certainly appealing to the President that our industry needs all the support it can get at this time to move through this next wave, and that we can swiftly keep our doors open and ensure that we work tirelessly with government to ensure that we keep people safe through this festive season.
Of course, you're at liberty to be able to share your view on how you'd want things to proceed. But regardless of that, just give us a sense of the impact that these restrictions and the whole COVID-19 situation has had on the restaurant sector. Speaking to you times before, you've indicated that a lot of businesses have had to close shop.
Look, we simply can't afford to have limitations on trading hours or the ability to serve alcohol. That just doesn't have a positive output on our financial model. We've seen the history through previous restrictions on alcohol sales and how to reduce the restaurant bookings, as well as people's opportunity to enjoy the experience by patrons within our establishments. People want to come out and enjoy the offering that is on our tables, and by eliminating this, it definitely has a direct impact on the financial model, and we just simply aren't able to meet our obligations. Also, what we saw from the previous lockdowns, that any unannounced restrictions certainly put our businesses and that entire industry at a very, very fragile place. The unannounced doesn't allow us to properly close down our shops or properly prepare in terms of the staff. We've now gone through massive expenses to bring staff back on board, to re-employ staff, to train staff, to increase our COVID protocols, to purchase stock and to be able to be properly prepared for the trading times. So when there's restrictions, it just means that we're not able to manage our financial models and rely on the importance of the season and the summer season when there's no benefit with us. And we haven't seen any benefit in controlling the disease by putting curfews and further restrictions or lockdowns on the alcohol industry or the restaurants.
Yeah. Well, Wendy, we hold our fingers crossed, of course. That was Wendy Alberts. She's the CEO at the Restaurant Association of South Africa.